Jonathan, I met someone really great, but sometimes their past baggage seems heavy. How can I tell if it's something we can work through, or is it something, or if it's going to sink the relationship? Let me repeat that. I met someone really great, but sometimes their past baggage seems heavy. How can I tell if it's something we can work through or it's going to sink the relationship? Great question. All right. So I think it depends on their wounding. So I have this belief that relationship readiness is a function of the following, And I've written this down. Their desire, capacity, and vision exceeds their fears and past hurts. Let me repeat that. Their desire, capacity, and vision seeks their fear and their past hurts. Okay, so coming back to this question, how do you identify their past hurts? Well, you listen very carefully to how they talk about their past relationships. Now, I've been in the dating marketplace for quite some time, and I've noticed a significant percentage of women who are still very deeply wounded by their past relationships, by their exes, if you will. And when they talk negatively about their exes, that to me represents most likely pain in their lives. And sometimes that pain is so palpable, you can literally feel it from them. Now, it might seem like they're capable of a relationship, but I believe if you have unresolved or haven't forgiven your past partners, haven't genuinely forgiven your past partners, if you're still carrying pain, that residue will carry forward in any new relationship. That doesn't mean the person can't be in a relationship, but most likely they are still stuck from their past. And if they're stuck in their past, it's going to make it very difficult to really lean into a future relationship. So again, they have to desire a relationship. You know, a lot of people say, well, I'm not looking for anything serious. I just want something casual. And certainly I can understand why a lot of people want casual, because their past hurts exceed their desire, or their capacity is that capacity to lean in. And the vision of wanting a relationship. By the way, many people after 45 who are divorced don't want a serious relationship because they got burned. So this requires being a little bit of a detective. And as Lori has pointed out here, yes, and Australian men are very good at hiding their feelings, being taught to be tough and not share any emotions. This is why you have to be a detective. You have to ask about their past relationships. And you're looking for the subtle clues sometimes. You're looking for that person who's not willing to say anything. Because if he's not willing to say anything, then chances are he's not even emotionally capable of being in a relationship. That doesn't mean from an emotional standpoint, that doesn't mean he can't give you sex and pay your bills. You know, that's certainly available to them, or available. But don't you want a real heart connection? And if you want a real heart connection, I suspect you're going to want to ask those tough questions. I call it radical honesty, pre-qualifying your prospect. And that means being vulnerable, being authentic, being transparent. Not vomiting your feelings all at once and not giving them everything all at once, but stepping into those difficult questions and having serious conversations. The minute two people like each other and are attracted to one another, that's when game is on. And as Ty says right here, we have to ask the deep, hard questions when getting to know someone. Because if you don't, you're rolling the dice. You're rolling the dice with your heart. And I don't think that's a very smart move these days. Is this sinking in? Is this resonating? I want to hear your thoughts. Post a comment below. I do my best to read them all in the first 24 hours, and hit that like button if you found value in what I just shared, okay?